recording. Okay guys, so we are online now. It's recording, and start recording here also. Good to go. So in today, right, we're going to talk about the route. Okay, route. What is our route? Right, basically not route, but let's call it page structure, right? About the layouts and how exactly what layout is used for, right? And also we're going to look at the navigation, and we just go one by one page, right? Let's see what we can do. Okay, so and defining the route here. So last time also I have explained this already, but today I'm gonna start with the new fresh project, right? I want to mostly, what we did last time, right? We had the source folder also. So I was thinking, do we need this or not, right? Do we need this folder or not? When I was working on one project this week, right? And I was thinking there is no need for this one, source folder. So let's see how we're gonna handle that, right? We just make it more like a less complex. Okay, so Nextjs here, installation, right? Copy this, and what I will do, this is my next project folder, right? So I will create new not there, in outside, right? Yeah, so I will create, let's call it maybe next tutorial, right? Okay, same name with the main folder. Okay, but anyway, you have to go to the cd next tutorial, and then we're going to install that file, right? So when you are already in the project folder, you make sure you just put dot forward slash like this. Okay, so it will install there, right? Now the only thing you have to pay attention is when it start installing, right? Will you like to use TypeScript? Right now we're not using, so we just make no, right? No. ESLint, just leave it yes, no problem, just leave it, right? Tailwind, yes. Source directory, see there is S, last time we installed with S, right? So let's keep it no. Okay, let's keep it no, we don't need that anymore, right? I mean you can keep it, but normally we don't need, right? For our small projects, better to not have. And app route, right? Recommended. Okay, so because now everything is based on app. Okay, app folder, right? The whole Next.js is app folder or app route based now. File, basically folder based, right? Routing is folder based, so all that happens inside the app folder. Okay, so you need that one. You're going to create s. Alias means there is a @ to get to the main route, right? So yes, we need that. And is saying, will you like to customize that default import alias? No, right? We don't want to do any change, just leave it like that. So leave it no there, and done. So we got the new project folder now, right? So just give it a second, and then so I hope now this will be very much clear to everyone, right, when you install the Next.js. Okay, and next thing I will gonna explain is the layout, the relation, right? How the layout work. And how we're going to use that for our nested routing, right? Nested routing. So for example, if I go to the W3 school, right? Let's say W3 school, let's try to understand this concept first. Okay, here this is the main route, right? Main page, w3school.com. Okay, now see, just imagine you are clicking HTML, you are entering to the HTML route now. Okay, HTML route, right? HTML route. Okay, now what you see here, look at here on the left side, you have all this navigation bar, right? Left side. So in the HTML route, you basically open the page, right? In our Next.js, we're gonna have page. Okay, so we will try to create same thing like this. Okay, we will do the same thing, same route, right? HTML, and we're gonna have page. Now how we getting all this on the left side, and then now when you click here, right, let's say when you click introduction, it just open here. I mean it refreshing everything whole page, but in our case it will not refresh, right? So you just get here, but remember on the left side you still have this menu, side menu right here. Maybe right side you're gonna get that ad portion, displaying ad and all that, see. Okay, maybe you're gonna have something on this page. Let's look at the bottom, right? So this might be the main footer, or maybe this is for the, this is okay, this is the main footer, right? There may be something which is inside the HTML route, okay, inside the HTML route, right? So we will understand that portion now, right? So let's go back now. So our installation is finished. We can do npm run build. Okay, so let's go live now. So we are online now, right? Just give it a second. So this is like a w3school.com, right? That's the root route, okay, the main route, right? Okay, so we are here. So I will change this looks by deleting couple of things. So now look at here, we have just public app, right? We have app now. Okay, so if you need to make any component, right, what you're gonna do in your main project folder, the main folder, right, you just add the component there. Components, correct? Components. So let's say you want to create nav bar or footer, whatever, right? You can add here now any component which are used all over the place. Okay, you can mostly like buttons, so you're gonna put there. Done. The next thing, look at the public, right? So let's say you have image folder or asset, right? Maybe the font or image or any asset, static things. Okay, you just put here. So maybe I can make it like asset here. For now we don't have, right? So let's make it image, directly image, images, right? Okay, so you're gonna add all your images inside here now. Clear? That is done. So now the step thing we are talking about is the layout, right? So first I will do the cleanup and then we're gonna look at that. In the CSS, I will remove all this root, all the default, whatever this CSS is there, I'll delete that. We just need this for the tailwind, right? That 3. And in our layout is okay. In the page, I will delete everything, okay? I'm just gonna delete, Control A and delete. So React arrow function, right? Export, create and export like that. So I will make this home page, okay? What I have created is just a function. This is just a function, right? And you export that. Why I give the name with the capital H here? Because this is my component. When you, what is React says, right? When you create a component, make sure your component name start with capital letter. Clear? Okay, so now, right, the layout and page, how they work together. Okay, the layout and the page, because if you go back here in our website, what you see here is, see, this is the home, this is what you see here, right? So that is coming from page. Let me go put side by side, right, so that I don't have to too much flickering. So okay, because I keep moving the pages and I know it's not good experience, right, when you guys are watching online. So let me, so let me collapse this. Okay, fine. So now, so look at here, right? This is the home page. This is just a page. CSS I will take out now, no problem. So this page, see in the app, this is the main directory, right? Main, basically the structure of our project, okay? The things what you're gonna display in the page, right? Or any routes, any folder to create a routes, everything will go inside the app folder here, okay? So this is the root layout, okay? This is the root layout, right? If I open here now, uh, you can look at this function, right? Root layout, okay? I mean, you can give any name here, does not matter, right? Even you can leave it layout and export that, it will be fine. But this is export default. This is called root layout. Just remember that. You are having these props here, right? Children, okay? So any page, right? Anything you create now, any routes you create, that will be passed here as a children, and that is what it displayed, right? Okay, to the to this body tag, this HTML. Okay, so same thing happened. The page right now, the root is what, this page, and the layout is connected. This page, whatever you put in the page, will go to the to this children right now. Okay, right now this is default, right? Localhost 3000. When you do that, this page will render, right? If you put here many things, let's say you want to add okay, so let's go inside here, right? Any component, let's say, right? I'll call it component 1, component 1, right? Maybe I'm gonna have h2 again, component 2, okay, component 2. Then you're gonna have let's say any component, okay? Let's say this is a component called about, right? About component. If you want to put here, it's okay. You just have to import the component, and like, or any route, right, and bring it here. Just import here, and then, or any component, let's say component, okay? You can import and you add it here. That will work. So if you go look at the page, see, it's just rendering now, right? These things passed. Now how this will be useful, how we use this one, right? Let's say you have the header and footer here, component, right? So layout is shared, it's layout basically shared between the children and whatever you want to display in all page, right? So let's call this one header. I will just call it header, right? And you can add the footer also. Oh no, I don't want that. Header text, and you're gonna have footer here, right? So let's call it h1 footer text. I'm not creating header footer right now, but I just want to show you, right, what you can do. I mean, last time we created that, and it's here, right? I mean, it worked. You have a header component rendering above the children and the footer on the bottom, right? So if you do that now, okay, so something went wrong here. So what was that? Yeah, so this because of this one, okay, I don't want that. So let's call it navbar text, like that, okay? So, okay, so now see, you have this on the top and this is on the footer, right? So this will be there always. Navbar text will be always there and footer will be always there, right? Now the children in the middle will change. Fine. So what I was talking, right, earlier was about the okay, so fine. So now what I was saying is, if you look at the this HTML, right? So we need a route called HTML, and we want to make all that navigation on the side. When you call the HTML route, you want all that sidebar and everything, right, displayed, and how we can take care of that. And then you're gonna have all that different pages, okay? So let's try to take care of that part. I mean, basically nested route, right? So in this app I need one folder, and that is called HTML, correct? HTML. See, just imagine this is HTML, right? Inside here I'm gonna have the main page, right? Page dot JSX, Yeah. Okay, let me convert this also to JSX, right? So you can convert to JSX. Okay. All right. So now we have this JSX, right? I will this page to the HTML. Fine. So we can call it HTML like that. Okay. Component, right? Fine. So now if you go back here in our let's say in our page, right, and you call the HTML, simple like this. See, you have navbar and footer, and you get this HTML, right? This component render out. Clear? Now what I want is I want that sidebar on the left side, right? And maybe some footer and something header also, whatever for this. So for that reason you need a layout now here. Layout, okay, dot JSX. Simple. Same name will be same like this. Okay, there will be same name, right? So you can copy the same code from here. So what we're gonna do, right? We just need to render the function. Okay, this basically we just need to render this. Let's copy this. Or what we can do, right? We can say React arrow function export, and we can make it layout, right? So you can call it maybe HTML layout or something like that. Layout, done. So what layout does, right? It takes something like a children, okay, and that is what you're going to display here now. Same concept. So that was in the root level, right? Now you have child level layout also. Okay, you got that. So we got the layout now, right? Remember, now I want the sidebar. So if I save it now, see, soon you save, right, it works. See that when you do the HTML, now this page, these things are already passing through that layout already. So they are related now, right? Page and layout, they are related. Okay, but what I want is I want this sidebar now, right? So in here what we're gonna do is let's do some styling also, right? I mean, how we're gonna structure this page. I want 3 column, right? Left side, right side, and center. So what I will do, I'm gonna make, let's call this div. So that will be the main div, right? And inside I have a left div, which will be, call it left side. We're gonna have another, let's call this maybe main, or let's leave it div, right? That will be the children, that is center. So I will put that here, and I'm gonna have the another div, right, which will be on the right side. So we can call it right side. Okay, right side. So let's style this now, right? Class name, I'm gonna have bg, maybe select, let's make it 500, and width will be full. Height, let's give a height, right? Height maybe 90 view height, something like that, or let's make it a screen, right, for now, no problem. Okay, so that is done. So now if you refresh, save this page, you're gonna get something like this. See that you have navbar there on the top, that is from the root. So left HTML and right, we're getting that. So I want to create this left, okay, so maybe we can do flex. Okay, let's do the flex and give a gap, right? Gap of maybe 4. Okay, so now they are on the left, right, and all that. So let's give the class name here, class name, right? Class name, and we can say, we can call it bg, maybe orange. Let's make it 300. Okay, and let's give a width of around, I want just a small, like a navbar, that kind of thing, right? 200 pixel. You have to give a height also. Height will be full. Okay, so now see that. So see, this is the left side. This is on the left side navbar, right? So now here you can display all that navigation thing, right? You can add basically what you can do in this left box, you're gonna have the one component, right, nav bar or something, which is gonna have the list of all your items you want to display here on the right side on the page here. Okay, and same thing you can do with this part also, the right side. So this children will be, let's say, yeah, so children you can give it so height full with 200. So we can make it we should have given maybe like 10%, right? Let's make it 10. No, leave it to 200 pixels, fine. So here we can do class name, right? BG red, maybe a little bit 400, yeah. And let's give a width. With this let's say right side is the advertisement section, right? Our displaying the ad. Okay, so in that case I will give it maybe 200 also, fine, pixel, right? Okay, and height will be full. So the center, now if you look at the page, see it looks something like this. Whatever in the center, if you this get big, right? See this is it's not pushing all the way. Okay, it's not pushing, right? So what we can do is we can give the center one little bit space now. Let's give that one class name. We can say flex 1, right? Let's do it flex 1 and see what happens. So it just flex out all the remaining space. Okay, so now you can add all the navigation link here, and when you click it will display on your this HTML page here, right? You can display. So you can, if you want to add some more things on the bottom here, you can create, right? That is not a problem. So that's the use of that layout. When you have nested route, you're going to use that, right? Now imagine, just okay, let's one step more, right? Let's go ahead. Now let's say you have in HTML you have many pages. Okay, in here these are the different pages, right, with different ID. You know, you store all this data, right, in each ID. Okay, in your database. When you click on this, you're gonna get something, right? Let's say I click, I mean just displaying the page here, editor ASP, something like that. But maybe in our case we're gonna have the ID something, right? So how are we gonna create something like that? So in HTML now we're gonna generate the dynamic page, right? So here we're gonna have this ID, right? For example, ID. Okay, and inside you're gonna have the page.jsx. Okay, and React arrow function here, right? And we can call this HTML details, right? Details. Okay, this component. So now every time when you have ID, you want to display that, right? Just imagine you clicking one of the HTML content, right? Just clicking that one, this page will load. Okay, fine. See, this is the ID. Now you're gonna add ID, right? So even you're gonna read that ID. Okay, and we can try now. Let's do that, right? Here you just have params. Okay, params, right, like that. And we can console log this params and see how it works. Console.log params and see what we get. Okay, this will give us the object, right? This will give us the object, and you're gonna grab that ID, and from there you're gonna fetch the data, and that data you're gonna render here, and you call that this page, right, somewhere. So this HTML details page. So when you click, basically this page will run, right? I mean that is all, you know, that is all about that. So you're gonna have the, let's say this, all this navigation, right? There is already the ID attached. You know, when you click it knows where to go, right? So let's go back here and HTML slash id, right? Let's give it maybe id1 and enter, right? See, so we just get the HTML details here, right? I mean, whatever the details in this one, that is one. Let's imagine this is for the navigation one, right? The item one, and your page is displayed here. See that? So when you click on the left side menu, whichever the details will be added to this center page, right? Clear? So now let's go back. Right, and look at that params. Okay, what we get now. So look at our, because the app router, everything here, right? All the pages are server side render. That is all server, right? So see, you get that ID one here. Look at that. In our server, it is running, right? It giving us ID one. So that is params. That is just the object, right? So can we do like this, right? Okay, let's do this. Const, I'll destructure. Okay, I'll just call it ID, right? Equal to I think params. Yeah, I just call the params because params is object, right? And from there we just grab that ID. Okay, is this same like this one? You know, like you have this const ID and you do the ID params.id, right? Object.id. That's the same thing. But you can destructure it with the curly bracket. Correct? Okay. So we got that. Now you can display here, right? So HTML details space, and we can call it curly bracket, and let's just pass that ID, right? So let's see, we getting that ID or not now. So see, we get ID now, right? Let's say I want to go to the I want to learn about the flex, right? Let's say flex box. I click the icon or left side menu flex. Okay, I click that. See, so now my flex details will be appeared in my page here. I'm reading now, right? So when I click, things will appear here. Okay, so that's how you're going to use the layout, right? Layout. Okay, so I hope that is clear now on the layout, everyone. Just let me know, okay, if you still have any doubt, right? I think I explain it, but any question you can ask me, okay, even later, right? No problem. So we learn how to get the ID and all that. Okay, so now next, let's see, let's go to here, right, and see what we can look at now. So page and layout, all that there. Link, right? Link tag. So linking, navigating, and all that. So link we look at last time also. I'll again do the revision. So let's go back and talk about that. So what is link now? So link is basically a tag, right? So if you need to make any connection, I mean, when you need to change the page, right, you're going to use the link tag, okay? Either in the server or even in the client, right? So you can use the link tag. So let's go back here. Where we're going to use? Okay, so let's do in our component. Let's create one nav, right? Nav, or maybe header is fine. Okay, so React arrow function export header is there, and we're gonna, how you gonna use the link now? Anywhere you need link, just import, right? Import link like this from next link. See, simple, you get that. This is similar to the a tag, right? This is a tag in Nextjs, but with more advantage, right? More extra features. Okay, so now in here I will change this to header, semantic tag, right? Header, and inside let's say I have the h1, right? Maybe call it logo. Okay, and then I'm gonna have a nav, simple nav, and inside I just display the link now. Okay, couple of link, right? So you need href, and this will be home page like this, going to the home page, right? Root page. Okay, and now you just copy this, and let's say right now we have only one route, right? That is HTML. So you can go to HTML like that. Okay, let's call it HTML. Okay, so you want to now you want to have like CSS, so you can have CSS route and so on, right? So let's call it JavaScript. So that will be JavaScript route. Okay, so this is the simple. You can apply busy, maybe slate, or maybe let's make it purple right today. Purple's 600. I will make text white now. Text white, and there is let's add it, maybe padding x-axis 10, right? 10. Okay, px10, that's fine. Okay, and padding y-axis maybe a little bit too. Okay, good enough. Now see, this is the h1. We have two children, h1 and the nav, right? I want to add a flex, item center, and justify between, right? Between. Okay, now in the nav also I'm going to do same thing, flex. I'm going to give a gap of 4, and item will be center, right? Center. Okay, so let's see how it works now, right? But we have to, because this is the header tag. Okay, what we have to do, right? We have to call this inside, because you want to display in all page, so we're going to call to our main layout, right? So let's go back, and in our layout here you import that. Okay, so import layout, sorry, header, and similarly you can do the footer also. See that this is the alias, right? This is the alias. You don't have to do dot slash. So because you are in the same label now, you're at this at the rate slash is basically the root, right? Root folder, and inside you start with component header. Done. Now in here, let's expand this, and I remove this h1 and I will put the header there. Okay, header. Done. So let's check our website now. Yeah, so see, so it looks, because it's big zoom, right? I'm zooming like 200%, so you can see something like this. So let's go to the HTML now. If I click HTML, see, HTML is here, and maybe I have a lot of all the HTML, what you call that, the links, the topics to study on the left side. I will create one of them. So maybe the first one is index 1 topic, right? And you get HTML details 1. So whichever you click, that will appear here. Okay, so that's how it works. So yeah, you don't have the, let's say you don't have the HTML, CSS you don't have, right? So it will, I click the CSS and I get 404 page error page, right? So you can make this a little bit nicer, you know. So, and also JavaScript, same thing. So how are we gonna do that, right? How are you gonna add the error page and all that? Yeah.
Does it come with the 404 page?
Yeah, it has already built in, right? It's there, but now we're gonna use something. We're gonna add something now, right? Let's go ahead. We are going to add something new now. So let's look at the here, right? So see, there is error handling, right? See that error handling page also. When you loading, right? Even when the page, when your website is loading, even there is a loading page also. So these are the predefined file names, okay, for the Nextjs, right? So let's look at the error first and see what we can do now, right? So in here, just imagine, right? And you can add in every route, okay, if you need to, right? You can add there also. So let's say in the dashboard here, look at this dashboard, right? And there is a layout in the dashboard, and then there is error also. But what I'm going to do, I will add to the main, like main page, okay, error. So this file name will be same, error.js, okay. So let's go back here and check one of the error, right? So it says use the client, right? Because this is error component must be a client component. We have to be careful with this one. because everything is server component. So how are we going to make client component? That's what we're going to see. So let me change to JavaScript, right? I just changed to JavaScript because it is using use effect and all that. So any hooks, if we have to use in our code must be client component. And let's say there is only one page, right? You have only one page JS, and you need to do the server work and the client work also. So how are you going to do that? That means you create another component same place. Okay, we will look at that. Okay, let's first what we do, we just copy this code, and so we just whatever the page here, right, this error page. So in our, let's go back to our main route. Okay, where is that? So in the main, this main component here, right, main component. No, we don't do, everything is from the app, right? So let's add to the app now, app here, and error dot jsx, no jsx, just make it js, right? Yeah, I think that is enough, and just put this code here. So if you look at here, this is also the component, right? Even if you make, because we are using use effect and all that, so I think let's keep it JSX. Okay, better, right? We are using already hooks and all that, so better to have JSX. Good. Now we got this main, something went wrong here, right? And button to reset, attempt to remove by trying to render to the segment, right? So you're gonna have button here, right? And then that will send us to the our home page. So what we can do is we can call the link here. Let's call the link, right? Import link, and on click, on click, right, you want to run that link. So when you click that button, so let's go back and call our link component. Okay, so I mean there is navigate also, right? Navigate, but the button, okay, for that case we don't need all this, right? So let's remove that and just add the link. Okay, just add the link for now. So we will look at the navigate component also. I mean there is navigate, you can import that, that is a hook, right? And you can navigate to different route, you can do that, but for now we just keep it simple. So we're gonna have href, and the link will be our home page, right? Home page. So let's go to home page, something like that. You want to add some style here. So class name, bz blue 500, and text will be white. Okay, good to go. So this is just a component, okay, nothing else, right? This is just the component called error, and because of this name, error.js, right, it will run automatically, and this is a client component. Okay, and there are something just added here, right? But that's fine. So let's see how this works. Okay, so let's go back here, and I'm gonna click now css again. So click on css. Oh, it did not send there, right? What happened? Oh, it just sent me to the page not found, right? Okay, so I did not send. Why? Okay, I'm surprised, right? So let's see what is the next option. Error, that is error handling. Let's see, route handler, right? So there should be something to to display. Okay, one second, let me check here. Form error, handling error in the root layout, right? So app error, so in the app we have error.js. Okay, fine, we got that, and that was okay. So app, okay, so we have to maybe name it global.js like this, right? Okay, oh my god, something like this, because it's in the global, right? So let's keep it, let's try. Can I rename this? For now I'll just copy this code, right, and see if that will make any. No, it's, let's try first. So now it's still giving same thing, right? So what I have to do, maybe restart the server one time. I'm getting anything here, the error? No, right? So npm run dev. Okay, it did not came, right? So page not found, did not came. Okay, I will check that one and I will let you know tomorrow maybe. Okay, so just leave that one. Let's see, that was the error, right? Page layout. Let's look at the next topic now. So the layout is done. Link now, right? Linking and navigating. So we are looking at the link now, so we look at the link as well. Basically the link, right? href, and you add the route and the whatever the name, similar to a tag. Just remember a tag, right? So there is something called navigating also. So let's look at the navigating and what it does, right? So that's the thing. Okay, you have to import now, right? You have to import. So let's import in one of the page, right? And we have to use this use client. Okay, so if we go back here in our, let's say, let's imagine, right? I want to create something here, which I want to add the client side effect. Okay, client side effect, right? What I have to do is I will just create one file, and I will call it maybe HTML, right? Something like HTML. Just call it any page, right? HTML dot, let's call it HTML dot JSX, for example. Okay, so in this page, right, I want to add the client code. So what I'm going to do, client code means what? The anything you want to click and do something, some effect like that, right? So you just put use client, because for me, right, this page is server page. Okay, this is server page, right? That's why I don't want to add the client code here, but I have an option now. I have this separate page, right? And I can use the use client here. Okay, I just put use client here. Now you can import, right, any hooks. So same hooks we had, use path name, use path name, right? You can do that, and let's see what is, how it is used now. So you just have to call this, right? Use path name like this. This is the hooks. Okay, you just call that, and let's see what we get, right? Let's copy this, and inside here path name, and we're gonna console log this now, right? Just console log this. Okay, we can check what we are getting back. Path name, next navigation. Okay, so we're gonna check this file and what we are getting back. Even you can display here, right? You want to display, just add it here. Okay, path name. So this is the component, right? HTML. Now we can use that in our we can call that in our page here. Okay, we can do that. So import HTML, right, and just use it here. Simple enough. So let's say you want to have any button, also you want to click and do something, or let's say anything to do with the use effect or any hooks. You're gonna have separate, just create separate file and add the info, do all the client side, right, work there, and then you import in our server again, right? You can do that. Okay, so let's see how it works now, right? How it looks. So now that was the client. Okay, that is the client, right? So we have to inspect the page and then check here in our console, right? So what was that? If you click on the HTML, right, HTML page, if you click on the HTML, so look at here, right, what we get back here, HTML/HTML, right? I mean, we just getting that the route. Okay, the route here, what is the route here? /HTML. So that is what it gives us, right? So if you need to read the route, this route, right, which route we are right now? /HTML. So sometimes you need to get the route and compare and do something, right? In that case we use navigate, right? Use navigate route here. Basically use use path name from the next navigate. Okay, that's the hook, and we is coming from the next navigate, right? So in order to find the path, use path hooks will be used, and that is used in client side, and it gives us the path of our currently in which path we are, right? That is what we get here. So sometimes, sometimes, right, you need to add like which route you are, right, and you want to make that route active something, you want to add the class name, that in that case, you just read the path there, then you basically maybe loop through the data, and then you find the right path, right? If that is true, then you can add the active class and all that. I mean, but we will see in the future, right? If we have projects something like that, we're going to implement that. Okay, and we will check that. But just remember, this is one of the hooks to read the navigation, right? Our route, now route, basically current route, right? Just remember that. So we can change here, I can maybe put here something here, right? Okay, or you can just call it route, right? The current route. Okay, and so see, current route is HTML, right? If you click home page, I mean, we are not there, right? Because our component is in home HTML only. So when you, every time when you click there, you, because you are using that hooks in the HTML page. Okay, so that is what it displaying now, right? You are displaying here only. So wherever you need, in whichever page, you have to call that hook and use it. Good. So that was one thing. Let's see what else we can do here now, right? Route group. This is something, right? To group the route means okay, let's talk about that also a little bit. So for example, let's say you have dashboard, right? Dashboard. Okay, what we can do is we're going to create one route, right, and call it dashboard. Dashboard, right? Dashboard. Okay, dashboard. So inside the dashboard you might have the route. So let's, here is a page. Now you're going to need one page, correct? So let's add that, and inside the dashboard, right, we might have the route, many routes. You have login, log out, admin, whatever, right? So let's create one admin, right? Admin, like this. Okay, admin. Why I put in the parenthesis? Now you don't want to have, right, dashboard /admin/login, you don't want, right? you want to have dashboard slash login, dashboard slash logout, dashboard slash maybe user, whatever, right? So all now nested routes you can put here. So let's say I want to have login page, right? Login, okay. And then I'm gonna have a maybe logout, right? Logout, something like that, okay. So all this gonna have page.csx, simple, right? This is called login, and you're gonna have logout also, log out, right? No, name is page, don't put anything else, okay. So that will be react arrow function export, and this will be log out, right? Simple. So now because we are checking a route now, right? So our route will be dashboard slash, you don't have to call admin, okay. The purpose of this one, right, you can nest multiple routes inside now, okay. So let's say I want to go to the login, dashboard slash login. How I gonna do that? So in here, right, so you're gonna go dashboard, right, dashboard. If I just go dashboard, I think I don't have the page ready, right there. I don't have the page, so let's add the component here and call it dashboard, right? Dashboard, okay. So now okay, that is fine. This is a dashboard page. So see, you get the dashboard now, right? Dashboard, clear? So this is a dashboard. So I don't know why we're getting error, something, okay. So that is fine. So now if I want to go login, right, I don't have to type admin and login, just dashboard slash login, and you should enter the login page. See that login, right? So you have the login forms and all that, just log in there, right? So that other one was logout, should be registered, right? Maybe register, I make it mistake. So let's for now just call it logout, is okay. So that should be registered page, okay. So if I call logout, you are in logout page already, right? You're gonna have maybe, let's say you have dashboard admin, inside admin login, this is register, right? We're gonna change to the page, make it register, right? And then export the same page, okay, same component, right? Register. So login, log out, what else you gonna have, right? So maybe you're gonna have a route and call it admin area, right? Admin area, like let's call it admin, right? So in the once you log in, you enter the admin page, and there you do all kind of things, right? You handle the admin work here, okay. So that will be page, yeah, again page. So that will be admin, right? So admin work you can carry out here, all right. So now let's go to the admin page. So we don't have logout, okay. That is a register, there is a register now, right? Register, and it should take us to the register page. So I did not change that text there, right? I did not change to the register. Register, here will be register form, right? User registration, right? Okay, fine. So now that is the dashboard register. Now you have admin, so it will take you to the admin page also, right? So you're going to see admin work you can carry out here. So once you log in, you will be redirect to this admin page, right? And you can do the work there, okay. So I think that is right now is okay, right? For routing. So you learn the nested routing, you learn how you can group things in the layout, how you structure your route with the layout and all that, right? Okay, so what will be the next thing to look at? uh, Route handler, right? Route handler. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about the data fetching and API, right? API. So that will come on the route handler now, right? Also, so how basically how we create API in Nextjs API, right? Okay, so let me close this, but I will just give you a little bit of a hint how we do that. Basically, we just create API. Oh no, API, right? And that's it. So that is our API. So API for what? For example, let's say we have the user route here, right? Users, okay? Maybe users, yeah, or user, right? Users. Let's leave it user, no problem. Page.jsx, right? And here you can display all the list of user, right? So React arrow function export user, right? So this will be user area. Okay, we have the user. So now in our backend, what we have done, right? You created the model. Remember the model, right? So in the future, maybe after one, not tomorrow, but maybe after 2 or 3 days, right? We're gonna talk about the creating database and all that connection. But first, we have to little bit get better with this all, right? Just practice with your projects and all, and then slowly we improve. Okay, no need to rush. So normally how you do the API, right? I want to create API to handle all the user. Okay, so just imagine there is a model already, right, somewhere. Okay, maybe in the main project, uh, here, right, you can create one model folder, model, right, like this, models, right? And you're gonna have the user model here, and maybe you're gonna have the database connection and all that done. Okay, that is separate. But let's say I want to create the user, so I will just call it users here, and inside the user, right, I'm gonna have route. Now the page, no more page. Okay, in API is route. Yes, right, that's it. So that's how you create a route, right? So how, okay, so if you go back here, normally in the route, right, what you're going to do, API slash route, but you have API slash user slash route, right? We have user route. Okay, so how you add all that function, remember the controller we used to have, get, for the getting something, posting something, all that CRUD operation, right? So this is the simple route. I will explain right here. So for user, I want to get all the user. So this will be export async, right? Get, that's it, get request right here. Okay, so that is get. So similarly, you're gonna have post, right? You're gonna have put, and you're gonna have what was the I think delete, right? Delete. Okay, that's it. And you just write the code here now, right, in all this. So that's how you, this is the user, simple user API. You're creating all the information for getting, posting, putting, deleting, all that here. Okay, so now for example, let's say, okay, let's continue tomorrow, right? I don't want to too much, but this is the simplest look at, right? Get, post, put, delete. Okay, that's the function, and you're gonna write all this here. So now maybe in the future you're gonna have the blog route. So you just create the blog here, blog, blogs, right, like that. And inside the blogs you're gonna have routes, right? Oh, sorry, route.js, and done. And you're gonna do all that get, post, put there. Yeah, and let's say if in the blog, right, you're gonna have individual blog you want to get. So how you gonna do that? I mean, you have the blog route already. You have the blog route, right? This is the API. You need to have a blog route there also. Let's say blog, right? Blogs, or maybe blog. So is that S here? Yeah. So blogs, right? And then you have the page, right? Page.jsx. So react arrow function export, and this will be blog, right? Blog, okay, or blocks, simple. But the remember the individual blog with ID. Again, you have to do the same thing. You're gonna add the here, call it blog ID, maybe like that. And then that will be the page, right? Page.jsx. So this will be blog, single blog, okay, this blog page, right? Blog page like that. So now, to handle the data here, to get data here, right, you need a route, similar thing, here also in the API. So you have this main route, but now you're gonna have the with the here, right? So that is, let's call it a blog, maybe ID, right? And you're gonna have that route inside. So it just, that's how it works, right? But when we do the example, when tomorrow we're gonna slowly we're gonna do a couple of maybe basic example, right, on this routing, and yeah, so we will do this work tomorrow. And the what else we're gonna do, the one thing with the error, right, I will try to fix that. I don't know why it didn't work, but I will fix that and I will explain again tomorrow, okay? So this, we just have to now learn the next step basically, right, to create API model and write simple routes and understand, right, how the whole backend work in the Nextjs, okay? So it will be a little longer time, right? It will take some time, right, before you guys until you guys just get it, right? So we will take slowly, and step by step we can understand. But I show you the folder structure quickly today. This was just the demo, but we'll take again from basic tomorrow, okay guys? All right, so you guys can continue with your work. If it, just let me know if once you finish with that, once you're done, right, just let me know, then we can look at the next, maybe some other work you can do. Same thing, just create one more project or something like that with the Nextjs, okay? So yeah, I will stop here. It's look like lot, right? But you just need practice, okay? Nobody remembers anything, right? You just have to practice step by step. When you do projects, for right now you're doing the links, basic routings and all that. So when slowly just keep building the projects, you will remember that part, right? Then you move again to the next step and next step and next step, so we have 2 months to work with the Nextjs, so that's good. At least we will be able to do some work, right? Let me stop here now.